again, I think it's for a good reason that University of Ghana either did not allow the MPP to hold the rally
on the Legon Stadium, in the Legon Stadium,
or it's good on the part of government or the MPP to take a decision not to ask for that one or go for that one.
Yeah.
Right. Regardless of how you look at it.
I remember that when it was inaugurated, one of the questions the sports guys did ask the sports director was that were they going to give it out for events and those things, and they said that no, that's not something they intend to do. Exactly. But sometimes you have an intention in a plan, but when the force majeure, or in this case government, sometimes you can't say no.
Exactly.
And so I was exceptionally excited that they didn't use a stadium.
Exactly. So the location, those of you who know University of Ghana Legon, you might, even if you've not gone through the Opungulo entrance, when you are moving, you realize that the stadium is to your left.
Yes.
To the event MPP rally took place, the right side of the stadium, right, which was an open field. Yes. So that was
like the Nanya.
It's closer to but it's not been framed up to be a football pitch. So it's just open space with green grass. And then of course you go to the Zurak Park as well in Medina. The people in the community actually play football there. It's Sakura Park, right? Yes. So basically that's it. If it's a numbers game they wanted to play, they were limited by space, so it's not going to be.
Sometimes it's for the visuals. You don't want a situation where you have a big space and then it looks sparse, even though maybe the numbers are good.
Yes.
But then if you have a limited space and the people are even few, they can occupy it, and then in terms of visual impressions, it looks better.
It looks more compact. Yes. Again, you could tell from the police statement that they were not happy with the choices of the two political parties relative to the rallies. But they said they had attempted impressing upon them to change, but that yielded.
Why didn't they secure an injunction?
That's a good one. But who judge? In which court? And who are you going to injunct?
Power pass power.
You see,
are you going to injunct both of them?
That's wahala. No, if you injunct one, wahala.
So, because sincerely, I think even for the ordinary eye, many people felt that security-wise, it may not have been the best. When I've heard the police cite security as excuse most of the time for protests and recommending or actually telling the people to use other routes. So in this case, I think they probably could have gone to the courts to compel the parties to be mild them out. But thankfully,
nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I didn't expect anything to happen too, though.
I expected,
but for me,
something to happen. No, possible clashes. And that's why I said it defied logic that the parties decided to do what they did. And of course, I've heard argument about NDC saying they booked the place 10 days ahead, they had announced this, that. Yes, of course, I've heard MPP also say that the announcement became public first. Yes, so... And then after
someone booked theirs first, but
the announcement
came early from some other person.
Yes, that's the argument. Okay. And NDC's argument is also that they were scouting for space. Oh gosh, they could not get anywhere because the system had made it impossible for them to secure any other place. Because look at the possible places. It could have been the old dome, which is now in ruins. The Trade Fair Center dome that was leveled, ground zero. The Fantasy Dome. And then it could have also been the stadium. Given the conversation around use of football pitches for such event, I'm not sure that was an option. Where else could they have gone?
For the NDC, there's no way they would have chosen the stadium for obvious reasons. I mean, as far as the government is concerned, the last 2016 it happened at the stadium, they lost. So not for any scientific reason.
Okay.
But still, with the numbers game, I think that look, 2 days to an election, it would be reckless on the part of politicians to be engaged in active bassing of supporters. When some of them will have to vote in remote areas, you need to strategize. Currently, we are being told that even some passengers are finding it difficult to commute to their various communities to cast their ballot because the parties have decided to rent a lot of these buses. So if you are not careful, and instead of renting them on election day or for election day itself, you rent them for a rally, and on election day they are unable to cast their ballot. You lose.
That would be counterproductive.
And I, apart from those who may have been in the places they are traveling to go and vote when the process was going on, I think you should register where you are.
I agree.
It's better that way, because when you don't live there and you go and decide for the people, you are not there. So you have no idea what the people want or what they need. And so where you are should be where you are voting.
That's true.
I used to vote in Ablikuma West because that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Okankwe South and there was a re-registration exercise, I did my registration there because that's where and it's a walking distance for me. And so I wouldn't have any excuse not to go and vote. I would just take a walk and I'd go and vote, and it is finished.
Now you are a normal citizen, right?
Oh.
I mean it in no uncertain terms. You are a normal citizen, a rational thinking one. You know that 2020 registration, regardless of the challenges, the fact that there was COVID, and almost every person was advising gentlemen against it. If there was any positive to it, it was for the fact that people registered where they lived. Because it was difficult for you to travel.
To move.
Good. But guess what the politicians have done?
They have
transferred the votes again. So the buses you see moving are because the votes have now been transferred, and it's for parliamentary reasons. They think that if you bus the people and move them to that constituency, those votes will make difference, because in just 2020 elections, some won with 16 votes, some won with 18 votes. In fact, more than 40 seats were won or lost by less than 2,000 votes. So to them, that is what they will do, and they will continuously be doing it, as unfortunate as it is. That's the reality. You have to deal with it.
And also, there's the genuine fear. I mean, people are able to transfer their votes, but I think the EC should hammer on that very well. People will still fear that if I attempt moving my votes from one area to the other, what if on election day? I mean, these are genuine fears.
You might not be able to go.
So the EC needs to allay those fears so that people will transfer their votes when they realize that they live in a certain community far from where they are.
See, that's what the transfer is even meant for. The transfer is meant for instance, I was living in Adentan, Asalibotwe. I moved to Amasama. The transfer is supposed to afford me the opportunity to not travel all the way to Adentan to go and vote, but then vote in Amasama. So that's the real reason behind transfer of vote. That's how come during transfer there's resistance, because people do not live there and they are asked to come there and then transfer their votes. You're supposed to live at a place for at least 4 years. Or show evidence that you have actually moved to the place. But
sometimes the argument is residents and ordinary residents. People say that maybe I sell here, so ordinarily I'm always here.
But even look at the situation of members of parliament, where in the past you needed to have lived there for some time.
For 4 years, at least.
Yes.
But now they tell you that no. In fact, you might not even have to vote there.
Well, and you see, it's a problem, because we have instances where people are moving to the constituencies because they know that it's a safe seat for the government, for the party, or otherwise. And so they may not be in touch with the people.
Exactly.
But because it's a safe seat, they would be moved.
One of the things I feel for is to be a constituent and knowing very well that my MP is still vying to enter parliament, but for a different constituency. But that person is still my MP. So we begin to wonder what is the level of commitment to me that voted that person in the first place. So
it's instructive, the point you made, because that's the conversation. We've been to Okankwe North to do Voters Connect, and that was a conversation that came up strongly. Now, Dukia. Nana Amadukia, who's the current MP for Ekuapem North. Now, with Samia Uku coming in, she realized that there was no way she was going to stand any chance. So she moved down the hill and came to Okankwe North. Now, as we speak, she receives MP's Common Fund. But that money is not meant for Okankwe North.
No.
It is meant for Ekuapem North.
Yes.
Now, here lies the dilemma. Should she still develop Okankwe North for those resources? Knowing very well that it's for Samia Uku. Or, because obviously that's the legal thing to do. Because it is a district, the Ekuapem North district, that must sign off the release of that fund. But what would be the level of commitment in putting those resources to good use in that constituency? She's not motivated to do that.
At all.
Well, we see also find resources. Of course, she's a deputy minister, so maybe she can find the resources from the national level to develop Okankwe North. And it's a challenge that she herself is even having in the constituency. The party executives are having that challenge in the constituency. So I think moving forward is to inform the political parties how they go about some of these things. So far, Ekuaku also attempted
but
doing that.
She didn't
She lost. Yeah. She wanted to come to Ayawaso Central, but she lost. Yes.
So what was it with our politicians? Must every aspect of their lives be legislated? I mean, sometimes you think that common sense.
Sometimes some of these decisions they take it is in the short term. It benefits them in the short term. Then in the long run, they realize that it doesn't favor us. Yeah. Then they have to beat a retreat.
Yeah. Boniface Abubakar Sadiq also moved from the Salaga enclave. He came to Medina. Yeah. He won first term, and the second term he lost. Yes. Ras Mubarak, Abdulkumanov, attempted, didn't win, went to Kumbungu, and then won. You see, if you are from because you are allowed to go to where your father is from, you are equally allowed to go to where your mother is from. Yeah. You are allowed to go to where you built a house and then probably you live there, although it might not be permanently. You are allowed to. But my point is you must have a connection. Yeah. It's not just because there's an opportunity to be taken, you scan around and say, I have some great grandfather who is from Miami. Oh, so you get it. So then let me move there. Now that will make you an opportunist, and the voters are worse off for it many times.
Let's go to the portals and find out what they are reporting this morning. Mentioned that papers are on holiday today, so we are going through the portals to find out what.
But before that, how good is today as a holiday? Because it's a perfect thing for the politicians.
Yeah, it probably should have been the voting day.
Yeah, and I think this argument about we making the voting day fixed, I think it's a cogent argument, and fixed is just as how we do the Farmers' Day. We say first Friday of December. Yeah, I think we should get there so then we don't have these religious arguments here and there. This is my. If we fix a day,
I think this guy, the governance expert Frederick Odro, is proposing the first Monday. In December.
That's okay.
Oh, by now, everybody would have known that's
That's the point. And
then we can go and celebrate our Christmas in peace.
That's the point. I agree. I think it's something that must be pursued.
Okay.
If the bringing the voting day forward failed, at least this one there, because the
November 7.
November
7, right?
November 7 it was supposed to be.
Like by now,
you want to tell politicians that a whole month of their campaign they will sacrifice it.
It's a whole industry on its own.
No, if you even want to be affected, that's media people. That's a whole month of advertisement revenue. No, seriously. I think somebody somehow didn't think
even if we were shifting, it must be on a 7.
That's the point.
If you are shifting, you are shifting.
Yeah.
So still be on.
And you say it was on the back of the conversation about we have sacrificed our Christmas. Nobody is sacrificing it. It's half of the population, obviously, that we know. Half of the population will have to celebrate the Christmas in a certain way, especially if it doesn't go for you. That one is there. It's a given.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to starfm.com.gh.
Before we go, Nadine, yesterday, people are asking.
Microphone.
People are asking. Let me look at your face. I can't see you.
So shift the microphone.
Let me shift the microphone. Right. People are asking. The running mate of the MPP. Did he speak?
Yes. No, he didn't. No. We were on air and then I think we sent messages across and we're told he didn't speak. But I think there's an explanation.
Okay.
The sound was terrible.
Their sound,
and it's been consistent with the governing party.
Yes,
I don't know why.
I don't know, but they have access to the best of resources. Yeah. I wonder why their streams are so poor.
Yeah. So at the point they had to skip some of the speeches. So the president, I think at the point on air, I suggested that the president, for instance, should be, after fixing the sound, he should need to at least end his speech again on a higher note. Because at the point, we were not really hearing what he was
because
saying.
You see, radio, we work with sounds.
Yeah.
And I was looking, you know, sometimes you think that, okay, maybe it's at one platform. And then I went to its source itself. And the sound, there were breakages. You could see that there were attempts to switch it to another point. But it was really difficult, honestly.
I think the MPP needs to have a conversation with its media team. I mean, it's become one too many.
Yeah. The ground arrangement, perfect.
Yeah.
The blinks, the look and feel, perfect. Right? They had about 3 different podiums, right? Yes. Perfect. The color. I'm speaking this way because I was there. We were there in the morning to do the breakfast show from there. Yes. So when the output relative to the sound became a problem, the only thing is that the president repeated virtually everything he said before. That's the only advantage, including even the jab at the clergyman he said that in TV and he repeated it. Otherwise, we barely could hear him. Yeah, I'm sure they will look at it moving forward. Moving forward.
Well, it is what it is. Let's go to the portals like we were saying. And I've seen a video on social media. There's a comparison between the performances of the artists. So the NPP, they have that of Samini.
Samini was there.
And you know Nasi was there. Nasi rocked the place for NDC.
For NDC.
Interestingly, that's all they are pairing with the Samini one. They are pairing with some upcoming artists.
The young guy.
Upcoming artists being
I don't know for that guy. Why did he dress like that?
I don't know. Was he at the event?
Not the main event. This a constituency, a different, not the main.
But they have paired the Samini one with that
on a different. There are 2 different stages.
So there are 2 different, stages, and they are saying that. I mean, look at the differences clear, and I was like, it's like the contexts are very, very different, and but it's
here's the thing. Even if you look at the performances, right? I think aside Edem was there.
Edem.
Yes.
For the NDC?
Yes, he was there for the NDC.
Okay, I didn't see it.
That was the last performance. That was the last performance. That was like before raising the curtain.
Okay.
Right.
Finally, before we
go. That was the last performance, right?
Journalists. When they put you before we go,
yes, but sometimes before we go,
it's a big ass.
Yes, get you to ginger yourself.
And then before you go, that's where the juice is.
Yes, usually
we save it for the last part. You want to keep.
Don't listen to any uncle when they try to use this as
no. It's come on.
You are speaking as an uncle on this, please.
But okay, so here's the thing. Usually, before you go, stories are supposed to lighten you up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Before you go, stories are supposed to lighten you up. That's
one.
Or there's a breaking story that just came.
Yeah.
But generally, before you go, stories are supposed to lighten you up. So you understand why Edem will perform at that time. After Mohammed's speech, he performed after Mohammed's speech.
Okay. Right? I didn't.
Yeah. I also didn't. Okay.
Because we were on air. We go on air.
At a point, it was.
So Nasi gospel, right? And you can understand why the parties will go that way. Of course, you want to energize the base. Samini, yes, why not? I think they were also. I don't know whether group performed. There was prior as well. One of the prior. But of course, he performed the songs of the prior that we know.
Group.
Right? Yes. And then I think I don't know the La Paz Toyota. I don't know whether the DJ was just playing or Guru NKZ was there to perform. The other MPP.
I didn't see.
Yes. And
but there was also Dinah Samoa. Like that was my main performance. The DJ. You guys missed that.
No, so here's the thing, and that's the point I'm going to make. No, that's the point I'm going to make. No, you tell us what happened, right?
Yes, please.
But you see, we will have to blame the parties for the struggle that we and then the general population are going through. No, so you decide to schedule your rally same time, as if the proximity of the venues is not problematic enough. Same time. And then now you set out to divide the media.
Yeah.
Because trust me, they were seated there and they were monitoring on the screens. They were monitoring. How much time did you give us? How much time did you give our opponent? That is unfair. It must never happen again.
You set your times and you expect that you all get the coverage.
Yes. Right. You lose something. You see, so, and we've done this for God knows how long. It's never happened that we have to divide media time between the two of you at the same time.
Listening on the radio, it is worse.
Yes.
Because on the TV, you see
the visuals of the switch.
But I listen to radio entirely, and sometimes Mama is speaking, and they just switch.
Yeah.
And you don't even know that they've moved from the NDC venue, and you just hear somebody saying the opposite. So you have to think about it yourself and decide how we speak.
Moving forward, let them draw a line in the sand and say never again. See, if there's an arrangement that from morning till 2 p.m. this is the party that's doing it. Every media house is aware that period we are giving it to this particular political party, and then from 2 p.m. to this we're giving it. In fact, the only thing that saved all of us was that of MPP went far further than that of NDC
because of the issues.
But guess what? When Mahama was speaking, Kufo was speaking. In the scheme of things, people will pick Mahama.
Yeah.
Of course, he is a candidate.
Yes.
He's not contested. Mahama is a person of interest in this election.
Anyway.
Hopefully they listen.
So they themselves, look, the truth is they won't get value for it. Because every media house will switch.
Yeah.
Nobody will pick you fully. So.
Because it's also a statement that you're making. If your decision equally makes a statement for you as to how the political parties look at you.
Absolutely.
Don't protest through that.
Let's go to starfm.com.gh. And for those of you listening, starfm.com.gh has a new look and feel. Kindly go there and experience it for yourself.
Yes, there's starfm.com.gh. Go there. You know, we have CNN. Go there. This one so starfm.com.gh. Go there.
That's true.
So this one, if it's for a human being, it will be called kosher. You know kosher?
Yeah, Charlie. This was not revealed to you by flesh. No.
The pork na kosher.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now they never watch a drama.
Oh, she did.
She watched
the gown.
She watched Thursday theater.
It wasn't Thursday theater. It's showcasing in different.
But we also had Thursday theater. But we also had Thursday theater, right? And then we had Monday theater.
It's a wara.
Yeah.
Let's go there. Starr FM, let's go there. And there's a song, let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Unfortunately, we can't relate.
I know. Starfm.co.gh, there is NPP will lose the 2024 election because of the economy. Alan Kwejo Chemating says so. I'll bring you excerpts of that. Alan doubts commissioning spree will have impact on 2024 elections, and these are excerpts of an interview that he granted Bolore on the Starr chat. Yeah. Also, we are returning to power with resounding parliamentary majority. Asiedun Ketia, chairman of the NDC. Election 2024, vote for Baumia and NPP parliamentary candidates to avoid trouble. Speaker.
Yeah.
Akufo-Addo
had some jobs for Bagwe. Said troubled partisan speaker who wants to give us trouble. No, he said opposition speaker. They are friends too.
Don't fall for NPP. Don't fall for NPP skirt and blouse tricks. Asiedun Ketia urges Ghanaians. And a vote for Baumia and Napo is a vote for homosexuality. Sam George. And will resist attempt to rig 2024 election or polls, Mahama promises. And NPP will never respect Ghanaians if they win 2024 elections. That's according to Sami Jemfi. And he's repeating something that Ohinintu also has said.
Okay.
Nano Ohinintu
of the Afro-Franto movement.
Yes, he's also said the same thing, that if the NPP should win, they will not respect the Ghanaian electorate, because he says what's the worst thing that can happen. I mean, we're experiencing the worst. In what he said was that we're experiencing the worst, and so if the worst, and so if you are not able to show that through your voting, then it means that Charlie, anything can happen.
Oh, okay, I get that. So, in his opinion, there must be consequences for bad governance, in essence, right?
The last time Beatrice was here, she said a victory for them would be a victory for misgovernance.
Okay. And so to Nana Ohininto, and see, there are manifests, and I feel at the point we spend time to talk about the manifest of the 2024 campaign season. Let's let we know that at any point in time, a general secretary of a party and speak the way he's speaking. Yes, we had Josiah, of course, the allegations of bribery against Josiah. Josiah, for the young people, was one time General Secretary for the NDC. He fell out with the party, then he subsequently decided to join the Afro-Fronto movement. Before, back and forth, yeah, he's late now.
Which one? The NDP?
That's a NDP. Afro-Fronto movement. No, that would have been an Asamado party because he's late now.
Yeah.
Right, yes. So, yes, decided to join the NDP, right, and for the Fonka Games and what have you. Aside that, we've not had major thing like that. Of course, I talked about PPP yesterday. Murtala Mohammed, former general secretary of the party, he now caucuses with the MPP, PPP, so caucuses with the MPP. But the smaller parties, yes, that's allowed. Bernard Mona yesterday, for instance, was on the podium. A former chairman of PNC and a flag bearer aspirant.
Yeah, and they are not contesting, so he's
they are not contesting, yes. So they're not willing to speak the way he's speaking. And Alan, I'm told that on Star Chat, Alan had to be held back when he got to the Kufuor conversation because you could tell that he's bruised emotionally. Yeah.
All right, I am done with the starfm.com.g.
Okay, let me give you Ghana Web. Ghana Web, I think is you a free Ghana Web morning. Doctor, you a free. Yeah, he has many stories here. That's what I mean.
Is that stories about him?
Yes.
Hey, that's him.
Have faith in the security agencies and turn out to vote. Dr. Uefree urges Ghanaians. NPP will prioritize teachers' welfare. NAPO pledges. And election 2024, professionalism must be the watchdog for journalists. And 14 women vie for parliamentary seats in the central region. NPP final rally. Give me the chance to transform Ghana. Baumia's manifesto is crafted to tackle Ghana's real challenges. Kwabena Ejapon is saying. Election 2024, ECOWAS observers not in Ghana to find fault but to promote peace. EC ready for polls, election materials deployed. NDC has no excuse for Dumso or say Chairman Sabunsu holds NDC accountable. Bishop Edu credits free SHS for reducing armed robbery among the youth. Election 2024, Damango set for MPP, Abuja Napo. I'm told that constituency will be keenly contested. We'll keep an eye on it.
And Mutawakilu is staging a comeback.
And we told that some former aspirants, some big chaps there who hitherto were with the camp of Abuja Napo have now switched to campaign for Gallos. We are in the season to campaign for Gallos. Yeah, that's how he's affectionately called. Yes, so Damango is a seat to keenly keep an eye on, and of course you can be rest assured that on this platform we would definitely flag all those constituencies for you. We'll break down the figures for you. There were many, as I mentioned, over 40 seats that were won or lost with less than 2,000 votes. Of course, NDC won majority of those seats with the slim margins. The argument has been made that if we go by that, then it means that the NPP will have little work to do to make up the difference. Good. Now here is what you hear for only on this platform. The other flip argument is that if from opposition, NDC was able to win that seat with that margin from opposition, when the governing party was going for a second term, and the history has always been that, the trend has always been that when you're going for second term, you appreciate rather than depreciate.
There's still some goodwill
for you
among the electorate.
You appreciate rather than depreciate. What then becomes of the two-term mandate of change movement that this country has always known since 1992? What happens to that? So that's the flip side. Yes, so the argument is that yes, if you lose marginally, the chances of you making up the difference is high. Yes, that argument holds true. But the counter argument is the circumstances under which those slim margins were delivered. Yes, so we look at all those things and then we do all the permutations. How many more people from the fold of the governing party or from the fold of the opposition party have decided to go independent? How many went independent last time and decided not to go anymore? So, for instance, let's use Sisala East, a friend of ours, Chinya. Chinya won with a little over 12,000 votes. The NDC MP lost with the same 12,000 votes. But guess what? There was a PNC man who had 9,000 votes. Yeah. The PNC man is not going again. So the 9,000 votes, where would the votes go? These are the dynamics that you look at that you can only get on this platform. Nowhere else. Yes.
Are you done with
it? So the other three stories are still here. Many of them. Let me give you some of them.
Oh dear.
Have faith in the security agencies and turn out to vote. That's a free. How will Mohammed's failure experience benefit Ghana? And that's according to Akufo-Addo. Yesterday he threw some jabs. Yeah, say you might have experience, but if the experience is in failure, how would that be beneficial to Ghana? This election isn't about running shift at a nightclub. Samuel Okutu Ghanaians, yes, it was on our platform yesterday. Yeah. The time to restore the economic fortunes of Ghana is now. Mahama. NPP will win the 2024 election. Nothing can stop it. Justin Kodia, the General Secretary. And free SHS, NHIS could be at risk if Baumia is not elected president. That's according to Kennedy Japan. Ghana needs a transformational leader to navigate crossroads. Divine, yes, the Greater Accra Regional Secretary, Chairman for the MPP, speaking. MPP will win upcoming 2024 polls massively. Dr. Ayuafri predicts, I told you. Election 2024, NDC will have a shock of their lives in K2 South. Richard Ahiyagba, hey, K2 South has fallen.
That's my question.
And then it has fallen.
Okay.
Yes, according to the state. That's where he votes.
Ahiyagba. Then Bantama
has also fallen.
Nadi is good friend.
Yes.
Oh,
but he's your friend.
Please, who? Can't give me problem. Are you done?
His relationship with Christians is genuine.
Who is that?
Apostle Amwani Defense. The headline is truncated, but I can assume it's Baumia. Let me click on it.
Yes, Baumia. But click it and let's see.
Yes, Defense Baumia. Baumia on trial? No, I think the use of the word defense is quite misleading. You get the point?
Maybe it's about the criticism and his.
Okay.
Maybe so it's about people.
Somebody saying that he's faking.
Yes, just for the vote.
I get that now. I get that now. Yes. So that's it. So yes, the Christian leaders are taking positions. Yeah.
Okay.
They take positions.
Yeah.
All right. City newsroom.
Okay. I saw. Wait, did you say it on air?
I said it on
the
air.
Church.
Yes,
the church one. No. The WhatsApp saying yes.
Yeah,
I think I saw a story. Someone saying that. No, I think I saw a post.
Yeah.
The person said WhatsApp conversations are supposed to be private. You do not bring WhatsApp conversations on air and come to discuss it in that manner.
Even in this contest, it's counterproductive to his cause. I mean, that's my issue. You see, something is uttered on a platform. And that's why, yes, I understand the president's anger. I understand his anger, trust me. And the president is privy to everything that happened on the platform. So we told that screenshots were taken and what have you. I get that. But I still think that the president wouldn't have reacted if Reverend Owusu-Ansah had not sat on radio
and spoken about it.
Made that disclosure.
Giving it a certain oxygen.
Because now the people who think along the thinking of this so-called, this man of God, right? This man of God. You've given them an inclination into that thinking. That's the point. But anyway, who are we? Like I said, if I'm a media advisor to the pastor, and I said, once the gentleman was reprimanded on the platform, let it remain there. Don't provide extra fodder for it. Don't serve as a catalyst. But I'm sure you also felt like I stand for something, right? I must let those people I stand for know that there's somebody else who is pissing in somewhere on a certain platform.
Stand to be counted.
Exactly.
All right, City Newsroom, special voting sees minimum polling stations turnout of 83% according to EC. And election 2024, Mahama represents the past. Ghana's future, Baumia. Also, vote for Baumia to secure Ghana's future. Napo, election 2024, vote for Baumia to transform Ghana. Kufuor, also. Everything is electional. December 7th is the only time we have to reset Ghana, Mahama. And also, we will resist attempts to steal our votes, Mahama. Ghana ready for Mahama's comeback, according to General Secretary of the NDC, Fifi Fiavikwete. Also, don't fall for MPP skirt and blouse. Esiedun Ketia is cautioning Ghanaians, and nothing can stop NPP's 2024 election victory. General Secretary of the party Kudia Frimpong.
All right, that will be it for the various portals. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me. We'll go for a break. When we return, it will be time for First Check. We'll bring you excerpts of those the rallies, the major addresses by the two leading contenders, and then we'll also hear from you as we head to the polls tomorrow. Are you decided yet? I'm sure most of you have already made up your minds. You made up your minds as early as the beginning of January. And so, let's see. Maybe somebody has said something that has convinced you. Yesterday, Kofi Akwalu was here. It may surprise you. Maybe he has convinced you. So, let's see. It'll be good to hear from you. It's a Morning Star. We'll be right back after this.